चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारि बरनउ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायकु फलचारि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक।
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारि बरनउ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायकु फलचारि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज संहारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज, निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी। बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु, जो दायक फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके, सुमिरौ पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि, हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीसतिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज संवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय रतई सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु, लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज संहारो आपे, तीनों लोक हाथे कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल।
Namaste, Jai Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna Vande Jagadguru. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. On behalf of the Geeta Pariwar, I extend a warm welcome to all the Geeta sadhakas to today's Vivechan session. Sarva Shastramayi Geeta Sarva Devamayo Harihi. We are all indeed blessed to be learning Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā from Geeta Pariwar. Beyond memorizing the Geeta, the weekend Vivechan sessions offer us opportunities to grasp the deeper meaning of the verses, allowing us to live by its principles. Today we are having the 6th and concluding interpretation session of the 18th Adhyaya of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā, Moksha Sannyasa Yoga. As the saying goes, Tena vina trunamapi na chalati. So let us pray to the Bhagavan and seek the blessings. To do the prarthana, we have Veena Joshi ji with us. Veena Joshi ji is a homemaker from Udupi, Karnataka. She holds a bachelor's degree in commerce. Her hobbies include Carnatic music and story writing. The stories that she has translated from Kannada to Telugu and vice versa have got published in Kannada and Telugu magazines. Associated with Geeta Pariwar since May 2021, she is offering Seva as a trainer for all 4 levels and as a GC, and is also a part of the Vivechan content writing team. So I request Veena Akka to recite the prayer. Jai Shri Krishna, Vinaka.
Jai Shri Krishna. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you, Vinaka, for that beautiful melodious prayer. Thanks for blessing us. Now, it is time for the Deepa Prajvalan, lighting the lamp. Let us ward off the tamas in and around us with the Jyoti. Deepa Jyoti Parabrahma, Deepa Sarvatamopaha, Deepena Sadhyate Sarvam, Sandhya Deepam Namostute. We have Vaidehi Lakshmi Ji with us to light the lamp. Vaidehi Lakshmi Ji is a physiotherapist from Chennai, and she joined Geeta Pariwar in September 2021, and she is doing seva as a CT and also as a TA. I request Vaidehi Lakshmi Ji to do the Deepa Prajvalan.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसा प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदां नुमः.
Thank you, Vaidehi Lakshmi Ji Didi. It was really very divine. Thank you for giving us a sacred beginning. Now, quick announcement. Spiritual sadhana and seva indeed go hand in hand. If you would like to become a Geeta Sevi and want to know more about it, you can attend the Aao Geeta Sevi Bane session in Hindi at 8:30 p.m. tomorrow, Sunday, October 6th. And the same session will be done in English next weekend, next Sunday on October 13th. And also, one more request to you all, our association with Geeta Pariwar and participation have enriched our lives. So you can indeed, share these Vivechan links with your family and friends so that they can also attend the sessions, even though they might not have been associated with the Geeta classes yet. Okay. And now it is time for the most awaited part of the session. Our speaker of the day is respected Srimati Shraddha Raodeo Ji Didi. And it is my privilege to welcome the accomplished yet down-to-earth lady Shraddha Ji Didi. Shraddha Ji Didi is from Bhagyanagar, Hyderabad, as a BE in Electronics and PG Diploma in IT Systems and Management. She has led successful mobile app development projects. And Shraddha Raodeo Ji Didi is an esteemed spiritual scholar and a devoted principal of Paramapujya Swami Govind Dev Giriji Maharaj. Just as a software product, as you might know, has a front-end, middle tier, and back-end components, Shraddha Ji Didi oversees all aspects of Geeta Pariwar, ensuring that Geeta sadhakas of all ages and from diverse backgrounds receive a high-quality learning experience. Since August 2020, Didi Ji has been a versatile contributor, handling training, examination, interpretation, and leading the class monitoring team as well. Didi Ji's guidance and training has led to numerous students' success in Geeta Pathak and Geeta Pathik exams as well. Didi Ji has made a significant difference by teaching Geeta to people from various backgrounds, including prison inmates. Her involvement in the Balagopalam initiative is nurturing the spiritual growth of children as well. Shraddha Ji Didi, we request you to please enlighten us with your spiritual wisdom and knowledge. A very warm welcome. Jai Shri Krishna Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna Pranam Manjula Didi. Very nice to see you. That is a beautiful prayer and a very beautiful Deep Prajwalan also. With the auspicious start from all of you, I welcome you all again, and let us first remember Swamiji. I am Parampita Parameshwar, Shri Krishna himself, and then begin our session today. Let us all pray together to Swamiji and Shri Krishna. Hari Om. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmani Pranatah Kleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Om Pathaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniം Bhagavatim Ashtadashaധ്യായിനീം Amba Tvāmanusandadhāmi Bhagavad-gīte Bhavatveshini. Om Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha. Before I begin, I would like to first check if I am audible. Let me know.
Yes, Didi. Yes, Didi. Perfectly audible.
Perfectly audible for everybody. Okay.
Yes. Hope so. Yes. You're audible, Didi.
Audible, yes. Okay. So let us all begin. We are in the middle of we have completed a very beautiful journey so far. And today, I'm even more happy to be going through these shlokas, through these beautiful shlokas in the auspicious days of Navratri. Now, Navratri is a time when we pray to the Almighty, and she is the one who takes care of steering through all our difficulties. And today we have a huge target in front of us, 22 shlokas we have to take care. And I'm just praying to Durga Mata that this big Durga means obstacles, this big the challenge that we have ahead, she will help us get to sail through swiftly, beautifully through all these shlokas with grace of Jagdamba Mata, with grace of Shri Krishna, and with blessings and grace of Param Pujya Swamiji. Let us revisit slightly at what point we were in this entire chapter. We had seen so far, we were in a very beautiful place where we understood different characteristics of Siddha Purush, Siddha people in this chapter. What are the different characteristics of people who have gone beyond the cycle of karma, who have gone beyond the cycle of, for whom just the fact that for whom the karma itself has become invalid because of their sharanagati, because of what? Because of their dedication, devotion towards whom? Towards Shri Krishna. We had seen how beautifully from being a normal devotee, how are we as devotees? We are devotees who go to the God asking for something. We are going with an open arms, seeking something from Shri Krishna always. And then gradually, when we dive deeper into this science of devotion, into this art of devotion, what do we reach? We reach at a point where we come to know about Shri Krishna in a better way. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. From being a normal devotee, we become a devotee who gets to know Shri Krishna, who understands Shri Krishna. Mam abhijanati. We get to understand Shri Krishna. We understand the expansiveness, the great effect that he has. We understand how he is the controlling entity of this entire universe. From the fact that he becomes known to us, we come to what? Knowing him in a better way. Tatvato jñātva. In the 55th shlok, we have seen all these principles. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavanyaschasmi tatvatah. Tato main tatvato jñātva. Gradually, from Just knowing Mam Abhijanati till Yavanyashchasmi Tattvata, then we start knowing him by principle Tattvatoch Jnatva. Then what happens? Vishate Tadanantaram, a complete unition with the God. They both merge, the devotee merges into God. And what does this act of merging means? It is like the flow of Ganga Mata. How is the flow of Ganga river? If I ask you a question, is the Ganga united with the sea, or is it still uniting with the sea? The process is the answer is straightforward. It was uniting, it is still uniting, and it will continue to flow into the ocean. Similarly, when we say Vishate Tadanantaram, the flow of the devotee is not that he is united and that is it. He is constantly in unison with God. He is constantly united with God. His every work, his every thought is uh, uh, revolving around whom? Oh, around Shri Krishna himself, around the Shri Parampita Paramatma. And Vishate Tadanantaram, after that what we had seen, once we entered into that complete process of unison happens, what Shri Krishna says is, Sarvakarmanyaphi sada kurvano madvyapashrayah. We have already seen these shlokas in the last session. The entire karma, whatever they do or they don't do, everything is offered to whom? Is offered to the Parampita Paramatma. And matprasadadavapnoti. As a result of this, as a prasad, when you bow down, when you offer something to Sri Krishna, whether it is prayers, whether it is worship, when we offer something to Sri Krishna, we get prasad in return. What is the prasad that such a devoted people get? The prasad that they get is Shashvatam Padamavyayam. No matter which post we manage to earn, any great post that we manage to earn, what will be the result? There are two letters which will get added to it. X, E, X, X. President becomes ex-president. Teacher, ex-teacher. Prime Minister, ex-prime minister, so on and so forth. But the person who attains this Shashvata Pada, like Dhruv, he will never have ex-bhakta. Bhakt is one person whom they will never, that Bhutapurva or ex will never be added. He will be eternal. His position, his unison, his position in association with God remains eternal. And continuing with this principle, continuing to explain this principle, Shri Krishna says, Chetasa sarva karmani mahi sanyasya matparaha buddhiyogamupashritya machitta satatam bhava. Buddhiyogamupashritya machitta satatam bhava. When he is talking about the devotion, Chetasa sarva karmani, offering all your thoughts, all your mind. Chetasa is your mind. Your mind has to be yours. Shri Krishna doesn't care about your actions that have to come gradually when your actions are completely dedicated to Shri Krishna. When all your actions are devoted to him, what will happen? Gradually, your mind also will be devoted to him. See, whatever you are doing continuously, if it is being done, your mind will get invested in Sri Krishna. And here one very beautiful word Sri Krishna says is sanyasya, in a proper way, in investing in a proper way. When you invest your mind into Parampita Paramatma in the best way, in whatever we have seen the karma yoga without expecting any fruits in return. We have seen all these examples. When such investment of your mind is done into the Parampita Paramatma, Buddhi Yogam Upashritya Machitta Satatam Bhava. Buddhi Yogam Upashritya. By taking refuge under Buddhi Yoga. Now we have seen Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. What is the Buddhi Yoga? It is the right type of intellect. Understanding, having understood Sri Krishna in the correct possible way, having understood him in the right sense, what we are doing, we are investing your mind. How? Satatam. Not just for a moment or two, always invested in a proper way. We should be doing that. Shri Krishna says, invest your whole mind, your entire actions into me. And by doing this, what are you going to achieve? What will you achieve? What we achieve is something very, very precious. What is the situation that Arjun is in? He is worried that I'm going to, I'm doing a lot of sins, I'm committing sins, there are a lot of obstacles. But these are obstacles. What Shri Krishna says, you don't have to worry about this. Why? Because I will take care of the obstacles. Shri Krishna says, what is the benefit you will get? What is the prasad that you will get by investing your mind, your intellect into me? Macchitta sarva durgani matprasadat tarashyasi ath chetvam न श्रोष्यसि विनङ्क्षसि. Athachet, first let's look at the second line. Athachetvam ahankara न श्रोष्यसि विनङ्क्षसि. If you do not listen to me, owing to what? Owing to your ego. Now, here we have to understand one thing. How is our general mind intellect? That I am doing certain things. I am the one who has done this, donation. I am the one who is taking care of the family, etc. So all our actions end up being rooted through, or I end up being taken care by what they are all driven by what? Driven by your ego of being a doer. So out of your ego, if you don't listen to me, you shall perish. You will be in what Vinangshasi, the word Vinangshasi means shall perish. You will be responsible for your own defeat. You will be responsible for your own downfall. So how do we ensure that this downfall doesn't happen? By reassuring what Shri Krishna has told, by reassuring ourselves that Macchitta sarva durgani matprasadat tarishyasi. Macchitta sarva durgani. If your mind is fixed upon me, if your intellect is completely fixed upon me, what will happen? I will take care that all the obstacles in your life are taken care of. As my prasad, as my grace upon you, what will happen? Tarishyasi, you will be able to overcome every obstacle. Sarva Durgani, you will be able to overcome every obstacle that comes in your way. So for that, we slowly understand what Shri Krishna is trying to do for us. He is taking us, first we have to do our actions. Gradually dedicate all these actions to whom? To Parampita Paramatma. Now all these actions will be dedicated to Parampita Paramatma only if from our mind and our intellect we completely believe that we are dedicating, we are completely taken refuge of Parampita Paramatma. And if this is done, we will notice that gradually all the obstacles, because now my task is not my task. It becomes whose responsibility to ensure that the task is completed. It becomes the responsibility of the Parampita Paramatma himself. And look at this shlok. Whenever you are scared, whenever you are fearing some kind of obstacle, we have to remind ourselves of shlokas like this, where sometimes we feel, "Arey, mujhse kaam hoga ya nahi? Will I be able to do this? Or will I not be able to do this? Will I be successful in this exam or not?" This question comes to most of us. We all fear what? Failure. We all fear failure, and that time we have to understand. Do your set of actions and then dedicate all these actions in best possible way to Shri Krishna and remind yourself, Macchitta sarva durgani. And remember that he will take care of all obstacles if we are completely dedicated to him. But however, out of your own ego, you decide that you don't want to go ahead and do this. You will be responsible for your own downfall. And what will happen if you say, "I will not follow my action. It is my job to be a teacher." But all of a sudden, I feel, oh, those MBA graduates, those management graduates, they earn so well. They have to work for lesser time, no correction of copies and other things. So let me just, become some corporate executive. Why should I not have some easier job? When such questions will come to your mind, remind yourself of the next shloka. Yadahankaramashritya nayotsya iti manyase mityaisha vyavasayaste prakritistvannihokshati. This and the next shloka, let us see together. Swabhavajena kaunteya nibaddhasvena karmanam kartunnechasi yanmohat karishyasya vashopitat. Both are very, very related. What are the different causes in which we don't feel like following our own dharma, following our own duties? One is out of ego, under ego. Yadahankara mashritya nayotsedi banyase. We have already seen this. Ahankar doesn't mean that pride, but it is the feeling of being the doer. By understanding, by thinking that I am the doer, by thinking that I am the, for Arjun, Shri Krishna is saying, because by thinking that I am the one who's killing all these people, who's responsible for slaying of all these great warriors, if you think you are doing that out of ego of being a doer, here ego is not pride, but ego is what? As if I am doing it. It is your duty, you have to follow it. It is your duty, you have to do it as your duty with leaving your ego apart. Yadahankara mashritya nayot. If you decide in that, I will not do my duty. Here, since it is about the battlefield, here, since Arjun has told that I will not be going ahead with this battle, nayotsya, here, in this case, it is nayotsya. For us, it will be anything else, like we were talking about the teacher who doesn't want to go ahead and teach. So if she decides, I will not teach, all this is what? Mithya isha. It is mithya. What is mithya? It is worthless. It is not true. This mithya isha vyavasayaste. Because your prakriti, your swabhav, your basic nature is going to do what? It is going to make you do what you are. If you are a teacher, no matter what other profession you try to choose, you will get back to the teaching job. Even if you decide to go in some corporate, there also some or the other type of coaching you will prefer to do. This is what? This is the very nature. This is your very nature. See what had happened with Arjun. By telling this, Sri Krishna is also trying to remind him what had happened during the Ajñatvas when Arjun was with whom? With Prince Uttar. Now there he was supposed to hide under the identity of Pranlila. He had to hide his identity as a great warrior. He had to hide his identity as Arjun. There also, what happened? Swabhavajena. Because Avasham, he became completely helpless. It was his nature. He was a warrior. He was a Kshatriya. And what is the dharma of Kshatriya? To protect and face the war. He could not resist coming out of his identity, and he came out and helped Uttar in the war. He helped Prince Uttar in the war. So your nature is going to compel you. Swabhavajena kaunteya nibaddhasvena karmana. See the strong word that Shri Krishna uses here. Swabhavajena, you are bound by your nature. We are also bound by our nature. So if we decide that gradually, if there is something good that, see, all these shlokas that we are seeing here, this is philosophically very connect. We will connect with it. But if you have to implement Bhagavad Gita in our lives, we have to see that if we are so bound by our nature, what is it that we have to rectify? We have to rectify our kernel, our core, our crux, our mool swabhav. Swabhavajena kaunteya nibaddhasvena karmana. You are bound by the nature. And even if out of ignorance, mohat, even if you are out of ignorance, moha word here has two inferences. One is ignorance. Ignorance is the implication for us who are trying to understand shloka. Sometimes we are blinded by ignorance. But Arjun here, that his ignorance was also there. Apart from that, it was also his severe attachment, severe affection towards all the people, all the warriors who were standing in front of him. So owing to that affection, owing to that attachment, if you think that you don't want to go ahead with this war, someday or the other, what are you going to do? Karishyasya vashopi tat. You avashopi, here the word is avashopi, you will be helplessly coming again and having this war, if not today, tomorrow. Why? Because your basic nature is to fight against what? Against injustice. You are going to be helpless. Your nature will make you fight. Hmm? So many times this happens with us also. See, in if you see in the police stations and other places, hmm, especially the police stations, what they will do, they will keep a record of all the criminals. Why? Now, because if a similar type of crime is happening somewhere, what is the first thing that they do in the investigation, apart from the basic investigation? They check in this part, similar type of crime where it has happened. In most of the cases, the same people are responsible for the same type of crime. By Sabhava Jaina Kaunteya, because they are bound by their nature. They are bound by that Swabhava, they are bound by this intent completely. So, what happens? This Shri Krishna is saying that you are bound by this nature, and what will happen? You will end up doing this same thing. You will be ending up going for war with these people, because ultimately they stand for injustice, and to fight injustice is your duty. Now, here we have to understand that we all will feel that till now, Shri Krishna is telling Arjun about we being the Jeev, which is a part of the Paramatma, and this Paramatma is controlled by, Jeev, it is controlled by the nature, by the Prakriti. Now, here this question arises, how has the soul become a subject to the nature? Shri Krishna is driving to a very, very basic thing, that the Swabhav is your own Swabhav, it is your own very nature, and you are bound by the nature, but there is one force within you, which is giving you the energy. If you drive this energy in the right way, then you will be able to come out of these shackles. So Shri Krishna brings up a very important shlok. ईश्वरः सर्वभूतानां हृद्देशेऽर्जुन तिष्ठति भ्रामयन् सर्वभूतानि यन्त्रारूढानि मायया. What is Shri Krishna saying here? The Almighty Paramatma, He dwells in all creatures. He is present in all the creatures. See, very important, very beautiful. So if we ask ourselves, many people ask us, where is God? Where is He situated? What is the local address of Paramatma? What is the closest abode of Paramatma? It is our own body, our own body. And when he says heart, now one question comes to the mind. Not all animals are having a heart, but Ishwar is present in all the animals. So where is it? Is it the physical heart? No. What is the meaning of this word? In the center of the consciousness, in the center of your conscious. When we say, see, we are alive, where is it that we feel our emotions? Where is it that we understand that that there is pran shakti within us? It is at the heart, at the hridaya. So Shri Krishna says, I am present at the center of your consciousness. Here, hriddesher janatishthati, I stand there. And this sharir, this body that we have been given by Shri Krishna, it is the most beautiful blessing for all of us. This is the means by which we are going to achieve the ultimate liberation. And what Shri Krishna says, I am present in this body at the center of your consciousness, and how I am moving along with the body. Brahmayan sarvabhutani yantrarudhani mayaya. Just as if you are in a machine. Now, some of you, or all of us, at some point of time sat in maybe a giant wheel, or leave that, or in an aeroplane, or in a train, bus, moving car. Then once we are in that vehicle or in that aeroplane, what happens? We become avasha. We are not in control of where we are going. Suppose I want to travel from here to Dehradun, then and I sit in this aeroplane which is going to Dehradun, and all of a sudden I decide, no, I don't want to go there. Let me go to Pune. Once the flight has started off, there is no option. You have to go. You have no control over where you are going. Yantra rudhani. Yantra rudha means on that, mounted on the machine, mounted on the machine. And yantra, when he is referring here, yantra is this body. Swami Ramdas Swami also says, Sharira sarke yantra anika nahi. This is a very famous saying in Marathi which Swamiji has given. There is no machine like this body. So this Parampita Paramatma is what yantra rudha on us. He is within, he is dwelling within us. Just like how we are taking a flight, we are in the flight. Or in the giant wheel, if you're sitting on some on those adventure rides, once you are on that and you get scared, irrespective of how scared you are, irrespective of how desperately you want to get down from that ride, you will not be able to get down from that ride because yantra rudhani. So here that is how Ishwar is always traveling with us. But now at this point of time, what will one thought will come? So if he's the one who is responsible for all my karma, somewhere he is also responsible for getting all. He's the one who is driving this body basically. Yantra Rudani is also is sitting in the body and he's giving the energy for this body. So how is it that if I do commit some sin, this is a Jvalanta Prashnam. Jvalanta means a burning question for all of us. So if I am committing some sin, how am I responsible? The Paramatma is sitting in us, and how come we are responsible for all the sin that are happening by us? Very importantly, we should understand this principle. The electricity is flowing. It is flowing through my laptop. It also flows through the fan. It also flows through the uh, fridge. It also travels through the geyser. But depending on what? On the equipment, it achieves what? Different types of results. The same electricity flows through the geyser, and what does it do? It warms the water. Electricity flowing through the fridge, what does it do to the water? It cools it down. So depending on the equipment, similarly, depending on this equipment that we have made of ourselves, depending on where this equipment is, the energy will get different things established. So here, very important thing we have to understand that the energy belongs to whom? The energy belongs to the Parampita Paramatma. But what is the ichcha, that is the will, is ours. The will is ours. The energy comes from Parampita Paramatma. Very important concept. The will is ours. The energy comes from Parampita Paramatma. The will is ours for good deed. The energy for good deeds will come from whom? Parampita Paramatma. Same is the situation for the people who do not have a good intent. For them also the energy is coming from Ishwar, but what they have done, they have misused that energy. What is important? That this equipment that which is on which Sri Krishna is investing his energy, that equipment should be maintained. That equipment should be maintained with what? With proper sanskar, with proper sattva gun, with proper thoughts, machittas. Where it should be invested. If your equipment is invested into good things, it is going to accomplish what? It is going to accomplish good results. It is just like, say, if a mother is giving money to two children. One child is very well disciplined. He will invest where? In good things, in say buying books or something good. The other one is not bothered about any sattvic karma, about any good deed, and he goes ahead and invests in what? Chocolate, biscuit. Who next time if the mother has to give energy, whom will she give more money? Has to give money. Whom will she trust for money? She will trust the one who has invested the money into a worthy cause. Similarly, God also thinks that I have given energy to all the creatures, but the one who is doing sat karma, the one who is investing that energy into good deeds, they will ultimately get more power from what? From the Parampita Paramatma. So that is what Shri Krishna is telling us here, that though I am here on this in this machine and driving this machine, you have to ensure that this is your act has to be done correctly. Now at this moment, now there is a small description by Jnaneshwar Maharaj after this shlok where he says that even after understanding all this, Arjun is still little baffled. Hmm, He's a little now. See, what was the worry that Arjun had? That by doing this action of completing this battle, what is going to happen? Lot of sins are going to get incurred. I am going to incur sin by killing my own relatives. My Shri Krishna might also just leave me because of the sin that I have done. This is the big obstacle in front of him. Durga means obstacle. This is the main obstacle that Arjun has in front of his eyes, that I am committing sin. And this assurance that Shri Krishna has given, Machitta Sarva Durgani, I am going to take care of all your problems. Hmm? And he has also assured that I am with you. Ishvara Sarva Bhutana Riddeshe Arjuna Tishtati. I am with you. I am going to take care of what? Of all your worries. So go ahead, don't worry. And slowly, in this, the expression where Arjun has, he has a small tear in his eyes. Jnaneshwar Mauli says that with tears in his eyes, he's still looking at Sri Krishna, because this assurance, see, if you are in some trouble, no matter how, expert you are at that subject, if you are in some big trouble and somebody very experienced, somebody very knower of that subject, somebody very influential of that field comes and says that don't worry, I am there, I will take care of you. What is that feeling which you will get? That is the emotion Arjun has, that now I am worried, but he is with me. He will take care of all my obstacles. And Shri Krishna says, don't worry, I have introduced you to the God who is controlling everything. Why are you worried? Because I have already introduced you to the Almighty. And he says, you don't worry, you just take refuge in him. He's tear-eyed, he is still baffled. He is also worried, full of confused emotions, Arjun is. And there comes a very important flow from Sri Krishna. I have introduced you to the God who is controlling everything. So you don't worry, take refuge in him. Tameva sharanam gaccha sarva bhavena bharata tat prasadat param shantim sthanam prapsisi shashvatam. Take refuge in the God. As a result, what will happen? You will have lot of peace in your life. To understand the shlok, one small example is sufficient. Suppose you are preparing for a job interview. You have done lot of preparation, and the day of the interview comes. You are really worried. Day of interview is always a worrying time. And with after all that preparation, also you visit that office and sit for the interview. While you are appearing, while you are sitting for this interview, you see so many other candidates around you, very well prepared, very well qualified. And in all this, you see somebody who is very well known to you, a very close friend of yours is entering, and then you realize that he is the interviewer. What will be the feeling you will have? Shanti. Tat prasadat param shantim. You will feel peaceful. You will feel how? Very, very relieved. Param shantim. That sense of relief comes when that interviewer is known to you. For such a small thing also, see, so much relief it will give you. That, see, for my daughter recently, exams are happening. So invigilators and all come. Though, everything is fine. The moment they see their own class teacher as an invigilator, they are very happy, very relieved. That sense of acquaintance with somebody who is in the controlling position gives you so much peace, isn't it? Now Shri Krishna is telling the same thing. You are acquainted with God. You take refuge in Him, and what will happen? Eternal peace. Tat prasadat param shantim. And then Thanam prapsasi shashvatam. This place of eternal peace is what? Is a place of eternal stability. And explaining this, Shri Krishna says, but Arjun is Arjun. Now he is in such a big problem. For small problems, we are always so worried. Arjun's problem is much bigger than our problem. So he is still confused, and our Shri Krishna, being Shri Krishna, he continues saying that this is, I have introduced you. And he's saying, I've already given you all knowledge. Now Shri Krishna wants him to be independent. He wants that your intellect, you only have to devote to me. I cannot snatch them from you. It applies to us also. Though Shri Krishna has sent us on this path of Learngeeta, starting from L1, it is our responsibility to complete L4. It is, he is saying, you have to do that effort. But he says, इति ते ज्ञानमाख्यातं गुह्यात् गुह्यतरं मया विमृश्यैतदशेषेण यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु. See, here, very important, he says, I have, in our tradition, one small thing I'll tell. When we say Atha Prathamodhyaya, we start anything with Atha. And when it is ending, the chapter ends, what do we say? Iti. Iti say, we will end the chapter. Pushpika starts with what? Iti. Means something that has to end iti. Now what Shri Krishna is saying here, iti te jnanamakhyatam. He wants to stop now. Because enough, I have told you enough. Iti te jnanamakhyatam. This entire knowledge I have declared for you, everything. And not just small secret. Guhyat guhyataram. Secret and bigger secret. I have already told you, and Asheshena I have told you. This word is very important. I have told you without any apprehensions. I have not reserved anything for me. Very beautifully, Mauli says that I have not kept any parda, any curtains from you. Dhaneshwar Maharaj, if you see in these few shlokas, he said, I have spoken to you by leaving all my apprehensions. There's a word lajja. Maybe sab chhod ke I have forgotten my Ishwar, forgotten my Devapan. I have forgotten that I am a God, and I have told you everything. I have given you all the knowledge because I just couldn't keep anything to myself. Asheshena. I have told you everything completely. And Yathechasi tatha kuru. Again, what is happening? Iti te jnanamakhyatam. I have told you to open the great secrets for you, greater secrets in front of you. And now you think, vimrishya, you think. And think how from all directions. Etat asheshena, completely, sorry. Asheshena, you think about it from all directions. And then you do what you want to do. Again, back to square one. I have told you everything. Now you decide what to do. Yatha ichchasi, tatha kuru. Oh, God also believes in conviction. He doesn't believe in compulsion. See, people may, how we are agrahi that you do this. How do we teach our children? Ye karna hi hai. You have to do this. But God, we have to get these qualities. This is reading in between the line. We have to understand. God also wants us to understand. He wants to convince us and then practice what you want to do. So similarly, we should also do this in our deeds. And Shri Krishna, what he wants is, he wants Arjun's intellect to be awakened. Why? Because an awakened intellect will not fall in the trap of this confusion again. Now, if here he can say, it is my order, you go and do this war, Arjun would have followed blindly. However, yathechasi tatha kuru. Only if you have understood, then you do. When this is done, that ignorance will never come back. So, If suppose I will learn Bhagavad Gita for the sake of learning Bhagavad Gita, but when we understand the importance of learning Bhagavad Gita, how do we do? We do it with full conviction, isn't it? If whatever task we want to get it done, try to do it with conviction. Try to be convinced with its clarity. With full clarity, then only everything is possible. So this yathechasi tatha kuru, what Shri Krishna has done, put the ball back in Arjun's court. See, Arjun is also baffled. What are you doing? First, initially itself, Arjun has told, Buddhi mohaya siva me. He has put this blame on Shri Krishna that you are confusing me. Buddhi mohaya siva me. I'm already, Arjun is also thinking, I'm already telling you, Tadekam vada nishchitya. Tell me one correct him. Tadekam vada nishchitya, yena shreyo hamapnayam. Whatever is correct for me, whatever is better for me, shreyaskar for me, that you tell. And I'm also telling you, yat shreyasya nishitam bruhi tanne shishyasteham shadhiman tvam prapanam. I have already accepted to be your disciple. I want you to tell me just one thing, and still you are saying yathechasi tatha kuru. Now that expression he has on his face. Who tells this expression is there? Jnaneshwar Mauli tells that this confused, baffled expression is again on Arjun's face, and when a mother sees this bichara expression on the face of her child, what will she say? You don't worry, I will give you a bigger solution for this. Then comes Guhyatamam, the top secret of all secrets. Sarva Guhyatabam Yashrunu me paramau vacha ishtosi me dridhamiti tato vakshami te hitam. This is such a beautiful shlok. And these two shloks, this one and the next one, Shri Krishna has poured all his love into these two shlokas. Ishtosi me dridhamiti. You are my most favorite. You are my most dear. So whatever I'm telling you is something I'm telling you with full dridhamiti. It is my best possible opinion for you. This is my firm opinion for you. What is it? What is that opinion? Shri Krishna will tell in these two shlokas. Here he is saying itite. First, initially he has said itite jnanam akyatam guhyatara, guhya, then guhyatara, and now what he is saying is guhyatama. Understand this? From normal he has gone to more superlative adjectives are being used. Guhyatama, the highest order, from high secret, higher secret, and now the highest secret. Again, what he's saying here is Bhuyaha. I have already told you, Bhuya, I am telling you again. Now, what is it that is being always told repeatedly? It is the most important thing that is always repeated. What he says, now that I have already told you, I am telling you again because you are my most dear. And he's not just saying that you are my dear. Ishtosi me dridhamiti tato vakshami te hitam. Because you are very dear to me, I will always tell you what is beneficial for you. And continuing this immense love for Arjun, he says, Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji ma namaskuru. Mame vaishyasi satyante pratijane priyosi me. He is telling 4 things. What is that top secret? These are the 4 things that you have to follow, which are the top secrets. Extremely important shlok. Manmana bhava, deepest secret. The first thing he says what you have to follow. Manmana bhava. Please be the subject of all your actions. Whatever thoughts you get should be around me. Devote your mind to me. No, don't just devote your mind to me. Drench your mind in my thoughts. How our gopis were when they are working in their household, always thinking about Kanaji. Such devotion. In Marathi, there is a line for this. Tu mana he neech kari, means Let me become your mind. So much. See, if you are thinking about something, if you all might have seen movies. Sometimes if you go for a movie, what happens? After you come back from the movie, that story haunts for a long time, doesn't it? It keeps coming back. It captures your mind. You have to absorb your mind in thoughts of Parampita Paramatma so much that your mind automatically becomes Parampita Paramatma himself. Always if it is absorbed, and how it will be when you see this is a very beautiful thing about how our Sant Mahatma, how Bhakta Dhruv, how the gopis were always devoted, always dedicated in this thought. The next thing Shri Krishna says is Mad Bhakta Bhava. Become my devotee. Love me by all means. Madhyaji Bhava. Madhyaji. Be my worshipper. We can worship Shri Krishna in many different forms, but what is continue worshiping him in whatever form you are, and best form of worship, if you cannot do anything, just do good deeds. Just as we have seen this in a lot of detail in the last session, make your good deeds as offer them as flowers at the feet of Parampita Paramatma. Your good deeds, just as you put the best possible flowers at the feet of Parampita Paramatma, and when you are worshipping, just do puja with your good deeds. Worship him in all possible ways. And Mam Namaskuru, do namaskar to me, bow down to me. So people wonder, this is such a small act. Namaskar karne se kya hoga? Many children also ask, what is this, mommy, before going to school? Why do namaskar? Small act. See, in Bhagavad Gita itself, Shri Krishna has said, Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayato mahato bhayat. Big problems will be taken care by small dharma also. A small namaskar also will take care of lot of things for you. In our scriptures, there is this phrase, pranamo dukkha shamanam. It is responsible for curbing our pain. Pranamo dukkha shamanam. Tam namami harim param. Tam namami. That is why, because just bowing down to you, hey Hari, my problems will be taken care of. And that is why I bow down to you. So every day, at least do one pranam. Pranam is like a missed call. Swamiji explains this very beautifully. It's like a missed call. See, if somebody is giving you missed call every day, one day you will pick up the phone and whatever you will say, but one day at least it will come where you will notice the number, where you will bother to pick up the call. You never know which missed call will be answered. So, pranam everywhere, every day. Do mam namaskuru, do pranam. And by doing all this, what will happen? By doing all four or any of these four, pratijane priyosime, you will be my most loved. And what Shri Krishna is telling here, Mame Vaishyasi Satyam Me Pratijane Priyosime, I am promising you. I promise that you will be, I will promise you that you are going to be my most favorite. You will be entering into me. Mame Vaishyasi. I promise you that you will get united with me. See what highest order of highest order of contract we make a deal contracts, and then we are getting assurance that here Shri Krishna is making the highest order of assurance for us. He is giving us the best possible thing, that you do any of these or all of these, and what happens, I promise you that one day you shall be united with me, you will come to me. And following that, Shri Krishna talks about a very beautiful shlok. And this next shlok, again, it comes with immense love. And this is the last shlok of Shri Krishna's advice. In the entire Bhagavad Gita, his advice stops at what? At the shlok number 66, which is a very important yet confusing shlok. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shachah. Sarvadharman parityajya people, some people who are not very fond of doing actions and all, they will be very happy to read Sarva Dharman Parityaja, just leave away all the dharma. No, no, it's not like that. This is also one of the most misunderstood shloka. You have to understand that here, this entire Bhagavad Gita is about following own dharma, swadharma. Understand that when we have to understand this phrase very nicely. First, understand that swadharma is extremely important. We should all consider when he's saying Sarva Dharman Parityaja, it doesn't mean abandon your own dharma, abandon your deeds, abandon actions. No. Throughout Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna is telling what? Follow your own dharma. So, first step, what should be done? We should stop following adharma. Anything that is not good to be done, that we should stop completely. And then what we should do? We should start following dharma. How we should follow dharma? We should follow dharma by understanding that following dharma is his greatest wish for us. Hmm? We are children of Parampita Paramatma. The greatest will that he has for us is in the dharma that he has chosen for us. Whatever kartavya is given to us is his greatest order for us. We have to understand. First step, we leave all adharma, leave all actions which are not desirable. Then start following your own dharma. Do the good deeds, what is expected out of you. And this dharma, the follow by continuously practicing this dharma, what is going to happen? You are going to be set on a path of what? Of attaining Shri Krishna, attaining the Parampita Paramatma. Gradually, following your own karma, you are going to be led there. And but understand, just following dharma is not God alone. It is not, he is beyond dharma also. This is another step. This is just one of the steps in what? In achieving the Parampita Paramatma. First we leave adharma, then follow dharma. In the process of following our dharma, that is doing all our correct karma, doing all our actions, we will start understanding Parampita Paramatma. Why? Because actions, the karma that we do, it is a means of what? Purifying our soul. And only a pure soul is capable of what? It is capable of understanding the God. So, this karma that we will do, the dharma that we will follow, it is going to take us on the path of what? On the path of understanding God. And after that, what happens? Slowly, that dharma also, it is going to become nullified. And how it will be? See, we are doing arti now during Navratri. You all also must be doing. When we do arti, what happens? We light the camphor, isn't it? When we light the camphor, there is fire. This fire is there. After this fire is burned, what happens? After the camphor is completely burned, what happens? The fire is also gone. The camphor is also gone, and nothing remains. If you are burning a cloth, what happens? After the fire is over, after that, the cloth is also not there, the fire is also not there. Similarly, after you understand God and completely united with Him, nothing remains. The worry of dharma and adharma is going to what? Is going to burn away. You should not worry about dharma or adharma. When he is here in this context, when Shri Krishna is saying Sarva Dharman Parityaja, adharma is also taken care of. You don't have to worry about dharma and adharma. You don't have to worry because they both become what? Nullified. It is like, how a stone of salt will be. If you put salt in water, the salt doesn't remain. Once that salt is dissolved in water, what is the identity of the salt? It doesn't remain because you are following dharma completely. The worry of dharma and adharma are left meaningless. And what will happen? Mamekam sharanam vraja. This is the ultimate sharanagati. This is Advaita Bhakti, where you and the God, the devotee and the God, the Bhakta and Bhagwan, they do not remain different. Advaita Bhakti. It is like, suppose you are near an ocean and you fill a pot with the ocean water, and this suppose a big wave of sea comes and this pot is broken, what will happen? The water in the ocean, the water in that pot, it unites with the ocean water, with the wave, it will go back. Now, if I say the wave came and the water, the ocean water went away, what happened to the water in the pot? Once I took water from that ocean, I filled the water in a mud pot, kept it aside, and when that pot is broken, what happened to the water in the pot? It was united with that sea water. What happened to the? It was not the water belonging to the pot itself. Right? This is our case with us. We do not belong to the spot where we are captured in. We belong to the God. There is nothing that remains. With dharma palan, with following our dharma properly, this part of ahankar will be broken. This part of this brahm, this part of this ignorance that we live in, that will be broken and we will be united with that Paramatma. That is the meaning of Sarva Dharman Parityaja. And just like a salt, when you dissolve completely in the thoughts of Parampita Paramatma, that is Mamekam Sharanam Braja, you will be completely united with God. We will take complete refuge in the God, and then what is the result of all this? Aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shachah. You will not have to worry about sins. You will not have to worry about any bad deeds. Shri Krishna says, just don't worry. I will take care of what? I will take care of relieving you from all the sins. I will be relieving you from all the problems. It is Shri Krishna himself who is assuring that aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. After this assurance, we should not have an iota of doubt about what taking refuge in this divine Shri Krishna, in the divine Parampita Paramatma. So Shri Krishna has imparted this entire divine knowledge to all of us, and by that to Arjun, and by his means it has come to all of us. One very beautiful thing, you might have heard about a chatak bird in our scriptures, mostly Sanskrit texts. You will find this example of a bird by the name chatak. What happens when this chatak is there? When he sees the clouds, he is thirsty, he will just do and stand. He will wait for the water to come and fall. So, this example is in Jnaneshwari. He says, looking at the conviction with which, looking at the desperation of the chatak bird, the clouds will start giving water, because the chatak bird is hungrily, thirstily looking at the clouds with his mouth open and looking at his desperate thirst. The clouds give rain. And but with that act, what happens? The entire srishti, the entire environment gets water. All the trees, all the plants get the vrishti, get the water, get the rains. And everybody is what? Is blessed. Similar thing has happened for us. By giving all this knowledge to this Chatak Rupi Arjun, what Shri Krishna has done, he has blessed us with the rain of knowledge. And this knowledge, Shri Krishna says, don't just keep giving to everybody. He puts a clause. What is that? He says, Idante na tapaskaya na bhaktaya kadhachana na cha shushrusave vachan na cha mayo vyasuyati. He says 4 categories of people. Don't give the knowledge to these 4 type of people. Atapasvi, those who are not ready to take any pains to understand this knowledge. Atapasvi, abhakta, who is not a devotee, who doesn't believe in God, who doesn't believe in the power of Almighty, who also doesn't believe in Satguru, who doesn't believe in the in this parampara of Guru, Shishya, who everybody, that's such a abhakta, who doesn't believe in doing seva of Sadguru. Ashushrusave means what? The one who doesn't even listen. You're telling 100 times, you're trying to tell it to somebody, but they don't want to listen. Asuyaka. people who have a perverted perception about God, who do not, leave any moment of criticizing Bhagwan. Shri Krishna says, I am prohibiting you from imparting this knowledge to any person falling in any of these categories. But what Jnaneshwar Mauli says, see, Shri Krishna is our father, Parampita, Paramatma, Pita, Parampita. But Jnaneshwar Maharaj is what? He is Mauli, he is Mata. The mother is little softer, than Parampita. So Pita says, don't give. He has a strict order. Don't give it to any of these categories. But what our Mauli says, it's okay. It's like, if a kid is lost, in say you go visit a mall and see a lost kid, what it is, a act of punya, it is a good deed to connect that small kid with whom? With his mother. Geeta is what? She is our mother. Geeta Mata, she is our mother. And all these other kids, all other souls who are in any of these categories, these are what? They are lost children. Every effort should be made to connect with them. However, we have to maintain a balance between both these orders, and Learngeeta is dedicated towards what? Towards ensuring that we try to reach as many people as possible. Why? Why is it a virtuous act? By all means, Jnaneshwar Mauli says that this is a virtuous act by all means, and Geeta Pariwar is also dedicatedly from 35-40 years doing this action. Why? Because Shri Krishna has told a very important thing in the next shloka. Yaimam paramang guhyam madbhakteshvavidhasyati bhaktim mai parang kritva mame vaishyatya saunshayah. Idam paramang guhyam madbhakteshvavidhasyati. The one who takes this Bhagavad Gita to my devotees, for them, what I will do, that is the highest order of bhakti. Bhaktim mai param. It is param bhakti. It is my biggest bhakti. It is my supreme bhakti. It is my supreme devotion towards me. What is that supreme devotion? Taking this knowledge to see. Sri Krishna has given two orders. In the previous shloka, he said, don't give it to a tapasvi, a bhakta, a shushrushrave, etc., etc. But he is saying, this should reach all my devotees. And that is why Geeta Pariwar is dedicatedly devoted to taking this knowledge across the world. It is the topmost bhakti. It is the para bhakti. Bhaktim mai parang kritva mame vaishyatya saunshayam. People who do this are going to be my most favorite. Undoubtedly, they are going to be a saunshayam. They shall get united with me. Mam eva aishyati asaunshayam. Asaunshayam, they will come to me. Doubtless, be very convinced that all of the Gita Sevis, tomorrow is our Gita Sevi, no? Those who have missed the bus of becoming a Gita Sevi, tomorrow is your day to catch this bus, become a Gita Sevi. And what we will achieve? Mame vaishyatya saunshayah. Shri Krishna says they will get united me, and taking this entire promise one step ahead. What he says, Nachatasman manusheshu kaschin me priyakrittamah bhavita nachame tasma dhanya priyataro bhuvi. There is nobody who is more dear to me. What we have seen in the 12th chapter. Yomat Bhakta Same Priyaha. He is my favorite Bhakta. So, my most favorite Bhakta. Everywhere we have seen that in the 12th chapter. But what he's saying here? He's saying, Bhavita Nachame Tasmat Anya Priyatara. Not only now, but in future also, there will be nobody more dear to me than the one who is taking this Bhagavad Gita to my dear devotees, to my bhakta. Imagine what great he, the one to whom, to the ones who are serving Bhagavad Gita, ones who are now here. It doesn't mean only the trainers, anybody who is facilitating, pracharaks, our GCs, our techs, everybody. who are facilitating the process of taking Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā to the devotees. Shri Krishna says, Bhavita dachame tasmad anya priyataro bhuvi. Nobody is more dearer to me amongst all people. Tasman manushyeshu. So there are people who do puja for several hours. There are people who are doing lot of adhyan. Amongst all of them also, obviously they are very dear to Shri Krishna. But these are my most favorite, and they will continue to be my most favorite for future also. And Shri Krishna talks more about this people who are going to study the scripture. Means people like us who are trying to understand the scripture, who are trying to teach the scripture to others. Adhyeshyate chaya iman dharmyam samvadamavayoho ज्ञानयज्ञेन तेनाहम् इष्टस्यामिति मे मतिः अध्येष्यते. So, very interesting name Shri Krishna has given to this conversation. Dharmyam samvadamavayoho. This is a conversation about dharma. This is a conversation of dharma. Dharmyam samvadamavayoho. This conversation about dharma, the one who tries to study this sacred conversation that has happened between us, avayoho means between two of us. This sacred conversation, the one who tries to understand, who studies, this act of studying becomes what? Jnana yajna. And yajna is one thing that we should never stop doing. Yajna dana tapak karma natyajam. Shri Krishna has so these three should never be done. Now there are different types of yajna. In that one yajna is jnana yajna. Dravya yajna, sapo yajna. You have seen that shlok. One of the prominent yajna is jnana yajna. This entire process of trying to understand Bhagavad Gita is what? It is a jnana yajna. People who invest their time in studying, they will also become my favorite. Ishtasyamiti me matihi. They will become my favorite. And now there are some people who will say, it's not possible for us to study Bhagavad Gita all the time. It is not possible for us to understand also the shlok. It is not possible for us to do kanthastikaran. What Shri Krishna tells for them, Shraddhavananasuyascha Shrunuyadapi yo naraha Sopi muktah shubhan lokan prapnuyat punya karmanam. Shraddhavan, full of faith, the people who have faith in their minds. Shraddhavan. Anasuya. Anasuya means the people, when you are listening, he says, those who are not in a position to study, even if they listen to it, they will also attain what? They will attain good worlds. They will attain, they will also be benefited. They will also, उनका भी उद्धार हो जाएगा. They will also be, they will also attain good birth next time. But there are two conditions. Shraddhavan and Anasuyascha, with full faith and with a mind which is free from malice, without any doubt. I want to listen to Bhagavad Gita so that I can, find out some kutarka, find sarvadharmana. This is a controversial shlok. I can twist it and this kind of act with that intent. If somebody listens, they will not get any fruits of it. Shri Krishna has said that the one who listens with faith and with a mind, with the intellect free from any kind of malice, such a person, they will also be liberated. And prapnuyat punya karmanam, they will also attain what? They will attain the fruits of having done all the righteous deed. When we say punya karma, just like having done the Agnya Dana Tapa, like that, they will be attaining this kind of good deeds, fruits of good deeds. Now, one very interesting thing, Sri Krishna says, for those who are listening also, whereas first category was those who are spreading, they are my most favorite for the present and future. Apart from that, the one who is studying Bhagavad Gita, does Gita sadhana, reads Bhagavad Gita. If not that, don't worry, ma shuchaha. This is very important. Even if you are not able to read, just listen. Ma shucha is See, the entire Bhagavad Gita, the advice started from which slok? Second chapter, 11th slok, Ashochanam Ashochastam, isn't it? That is, don't grieve about things that don't deserve to be grieved about. We should not grieve. And the last slok of advice that I said, Sarva Dharman Parityaja, that also ends with what? Ma Shuchaha. So basic crux of Bhagavad Gita is what? Don't worry. Anyone who is studying Bhagavad Gita, who is not able to read, okay, no problem. Just listen to Bhagavad Gita with a clear mind. For all of them, what will be the fruit? For all of them, I will have the same fruit. They all will attain me. It is like prasad. I am not partial with giving the prasad. So if somebody is finding it difficult to read Bhagavad Gita, if for some reason is not able to understand, don't worry. Just clear your mind, clear your thought process with full faith. Just listen to Bhagavad Gita. That will also what? Liberate you from all the sins. It will liberate you from all the issues, all the problems from this. Eventually, it will liberate you from this cycle of life and death. After telling all this, what Sri Krishna says, hey Arjun, we are in battlefield. Did you listen everything carefully? Tachade tachratam partha tvayaiकाग्रेण चेतसा तच्चिदज्ञान sammoha pranashtaste dhananjaya. Hey Parth, did you listen to the whole conversation? Were you able to listen to it with full concentration? Ekagra chitta, tvayaiकाग्रेण चेतसा. Were you able to concentrate and listen to me? Then the Kachidajnana sammoha. Now, whatever your confusion that you had, asammoha, is it cleared or not? And now he is not saying, is it cleared? Pranashtaste, is it destroyed? I am not here to just clear the air for you. I am here to destroy your confusion, destroy your ignorance. It is not just clear. Shri Krishna says, is it destroyed or not? If the confusion is, what is the difference between two? If the confusion is cleared, then there is a chance that it can come back. However, if the confusion is destroyed, pranashtaste dhananjaya, if it is destroyed, it will not come back again. At this point, Arjun is tear-eyed, has tears in eyes, and what he says to Sri Krishna is very beautiful. Arjuna uvacha नष्टो मोहस्मृतिर्लब्धात् त्वत्प्रसादान्मयाच्युत स्थितोऽस्मि गतसन्देहः करिष्ये वचनं तव. My illusions are completely destroyed. Nashto mohas. And what I have got back my memory, I have got back my knowledge, I have understood what I am, my purpose of my entire existence. My ignorance is destroyed. See, it is like this concept of day and night. If you are seeing, living in a village and seeing this day is coming, then night is coming. At one place, if you say the day and night are going to happen. If you go closer to the sun, then what will happen? The entire definition of night goes away because there is only what? Brightness. There is only light near the sun. So there is no concept of ignorance. There is no concept of darkness. Just like that, Bhagavad Gita is that Jnana Surya. It is that sun of knowledge. It is that lamp of knowledge which is driven away my entire darkness. Entire ignorance is gone. My memory is cleared. And how did it happen? Tatprasadat. Because of your prasad, because of your grace, this has happened. And listening to all this is the last sentence from Arjun of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. We all are very, very grateful to him. Because of him, we have also got this Bhagavad Gita. But to get it in our lives, we have done some punya that we are here. We all have to understand that to get the biggest, blessings of Sri Krishna. What we have to be? We have to be like Arjun. Arjun has become Ishta of Sri Krishna. Why? Not because of his valor, not because of the puja part that he is doing, not because of that, but because of the character that he represents. Anargha character. How is our mind? Corrupt. इसने ऐसा क्यों किया? Why this is done? Why this was not told to me? Why this is? The mind is always full of malice. This entire Bhagavad Gita, it is what? It is a encyclopedia of clearing your thought process. It's an encyclopedia of clearing your consciousness. We have to become Arjun. When he's saying that Nashto Moha Smritir Labdha, understand the end result of what we are studying is this shlok. Whenever this ego comes that I have studied Bhagavad Gita, evaluate yourself against this shlok. Has this state been achieved? If this state has not come, we go back to the level 1 and start all over again. Because we have to be very dear to Sri Krishna. This is the stage we have to achieve this, the character of Arjun that we have to embed in our own selves. And at this moment, Sri Krishna and Arjun, they have become one, and Sanjay is witnessing this entire conversation, and he's absolutely blissed about this entire thing that he has witnessed. He says, Sanjaya uvacha ityaham vasudevasya parthasya cha mahatmanah संवादमिममश्रौषम् adbhutam romaharshanam. Sanjay has got this opportunity to listen to this conversation. He was a mantri, he was a sarthi of Dhritarashtra, but very honest, very learned, very educated person. See, there are two ministers from the Dhritarashtra's clan who were, as it is appointed in Yudhishthir's regime. That was Vidurji and Sanjay, because they were very, very intelligent, had a very beautiful conscience, very clear, very high moral. And what Sanjay says, he is a Swami Bhakta. He says, I have got this opportunity because of you. He was Swami Bhakti, he was very dharmic, and he says, he gives two adjectives for this entire conversation, Adbhutam and Romaharshanam. It is a divine conversation. It is very thrilling, Adbhut conversation. And it is Romaharshanam. Why? Because Sanjay has read those expressions. He has seen the conversation. He has not just listened to the conversation. So getting to see the expressions, he is saying it is Romaharshanam. It was excellent. It was beautiful. It was thrilling. It was hair-raising entire experience. And how this conversation between Partha and Mahatma. So he has reached this. Now this conversation he has seen and heard. But Dhritarashtra has also heard. There is absolutely no impact on Dhritarashtra. At this point, Gyaneshwar Mauli says that this conversation is actually between Dhritarashtra. He says, what happened? He's saying, I am excellent. I'm very, very thrilled. The moment Sanjay says, I'm so thrilled. I'm so excited I'm so blessed that I was serving you, and because of that, I got to listen to this. He says, Vyasa prasadat shratavan etat guhyamaham param yogai yogeshwarat krishnat sakshat kathayatas swayam. He's full of gratitude towards Bhagwan Vedavyas. Vyasa prasadat shratavan. That I have been able to hear this. Why? Because of grace of my Guru, Maharshi Vedavyas, because of Bhagwan Vedavyas. When he's saying because of our Guru, we should understand this Gita comes to people only with blessings of Guru. Understand that I would also take a moment to appreciate Param Puja Swamiji, by whose blessings an Alpamati like me is able to talk a little bit about this Bhagavad Gita. It is entirely the blessing of Param Puja Swamiji. It is only from what he has told is that we all are able to see. It's only because he started this entire initiative, and only under his light all these actions are happening. When the sun grows, when the sun rises, under his light, the entire Srishti, the entire nature works. Swamiji is that light in form of Gita Pariwar, he has given us that nourishment. He has given us this channel to learn Bhagavad Gita. When Sanjay is appreciating his Guruji, it is for us to appreciate, to offer our gratitude to our Swamiji, to our Guruji, as whose prasad we are getting to learn this entire Bhagavad Gita. With the blessings of Guru only, see, we can try to make an effort to learn Bhagavad Gita. But unless the blessings of Guru are there, Jnaneshwar Maharaj also says, I am just a means. I am able to talk only because my Guru Nivrittinath is giving blessings to talk. We are able to talk, listen, understand, read Bhagavad Gita only because of the blessings of Parambhuti Swamiji. Only with the blessings of Guru, Sanjay also has been able to listen to this conversation, and he says, here he is not just told, he has used any other adjective. The adjective he uses for Sri Krishna is Yogeshwara. Yogeshwarat Krishnat. Sakshat Kathayata Swayam. He himself has told. It is not an indirect knowledge that is coming. Sakshat Sri Krishna. He has not listened on a pen drive, on a YouTube, or on in classes. He is Sakshat. He himself has a much more blissful. It is it is such a beautiful thing. When we are seeing this, what is this beautiful conversation? This is Sanjay is describing very beautifully. Rajan samsmritya samvadamimam adbhutam keshavarjunayoh punyam rashyami cha muhurmuhu. Rajan samsmritya, just remembering this entire conversation. Sanjay is very simple. He is telling very honestly, very with full simplicity, that just remembering this conversation, I am so thrilled. He's probably lacking words, but what Mauli says is very beautiful. This entire Bhagavad Gita, it is as if Veda Mata, our Vedas, has taken a form of Gita Mata. Vedas are very, very pious. They are very, very effective. I don't have words to tell the greatness about Vedas, but they are very, very difficult. We cannot go near the Vedas. Some people are not eligible to study Vedas. Some people, even if they're eligible, they are not able to understand. And for common people like us, it is not possible to learn all the Vedas. But what Jnaneshwar Mauli says, all Vedas have taken a form of Gita Mata and appeared in front of us. So beautiful. So what Sri Krishna is, what Sanjay is saying is, I am very, very thrilled. We should also be thrilled by this thought that it is just not Adbhuta Samvad. It is very, very excellent. It is very thrilling, this entire conversation. And it is, I am rejoicing. Rashyami cha muhurmuhu. Again and again I am rejoicing. When we read the 11th chapter, how do we feel? Again and again that excitement, keeps. Like the waves, each slok when you hear, when you say, when you chant, we feel the excitement. So Shri Krishna, Sanjay is also telling, every time I'm recollecting this conversation, I am becoming very happy, very, very excited. So by reading Bhagavad Gita, you will be able to touch the body of Bhagavad Gita. But if you read this with full devotion, just like Sanjay, we will be able to touch the heart of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. By having this thought that Mauli has said, that this is Veda Mata, your devotion towards Bhagavad Gita will be totally different. And then we understand how important this conversation is, what we are listening. And not only listening, what has been shown to us by the means of 11th chapter. Satchitam smritya rupamatyadbhutam hare vismayo me mahan rajan drishyami cha punah punah. Remembering the Vishwarupa Darshan, the Almighty, divine Vishwarupa, Shri Krishna says, Atyadbhutam. The conversation he says is Adbhut. And the word that he has used in this shlok is Ati Adbhutam. Extremely divine, extremely beautiful. He is rejoicing. How do we feel when we say, I have seen some people with tears in their eyes when we are listening to the 11th chapter, when we are reading the 11th chapter, and he has seen this entire beautiful Vishwarup, the divine Vishwarup, and he says, that this is rejoicing. I'm becoming happy over and over again. But listening to this divine knowledge, this has no impact on Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra say, what you are saying, I don't care. Tell me who is going to win. And Sanjay is what? Sanjay is employed under Dhritarashtra. See the amount of courage Bhagavad Gita gives you. He is employed under Dhritarashtra. But what has happened? He is fearless now. Initially, he says, when you see the first chapter, he is describing Duryodhana as a Raja. Raja Vachanam Abravit. He was going close to Acharya Drona and saying something. He's using that appeasement policy of making Dhritarashtra happy because you are my master. I'm addressing your son as what? As Raja. But now see, after listening to this entire Bhagavad Gita, the courage that Sanjay has got, it is the sattvic courage, full of confidence. Smoothly he declares in front of his king, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha, Tatra Shrirvijayo Bhute Dhruvani Tirmatir Mamam, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha, Tatra Shrirvijayo Bhute Dhruvani Tirmatir Mamam. Very, very important shlok. This this shlok, it is as if the Naneshwar Maharaj says, this shlok is as if it is the flag of this Gita Mandir. The entire Bhagavad Gita, this description, we don't have time to go into the detail about how Naneshwar Maharaj has described this entire all 18 chapters. A slow short I'll tell. The first chapter he says is it is the introduction. The second chapter is like an index of what is going to come. Then followed by Karma Kanda, then Upasana Kanda and Jnana Kanda. All these are happening in this Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. And then this entire Gita Mandir is ready. After this Gita Mandir is ready, the final flag that is hoisted. We have a Dvaj on the temples. The Dvaj is this particular flag. It is the flag of victory. It is the shlok of victory. And without, no matter what you do, it is not possible that you go without the darshan of the Dvaja in a temple. Just like that, this shlok is very, very important. We all know that Bhagavad Gita is a summary of all the Vedas. All the summary of entire Bhagavad Gita is in the 18th chapter. And the 18 chapters, Falashruti comes in this particular shlok. Your body is the rath. Wherever is a chariot, make God its charioteer. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara. If Shri Krishna is there and with him Arjun is there, wherever there is this combination of Shri Krishna and Partha and Arjun, there is no question of a loss. What will come when these two are there? Victory, success, eternal success. Dhruva Nitir Matir Mamam. The firm, the steadfastness, it will be there. The niti will be followed. It will always be very, very pious. I have a firm opinion, this is my firm opinion, that the prosperity, victory will always follow where they both are there. And the essence, in short, in an essence, we have to also see that there is a different way of seeing this shlok also. That the Krishna, he resembles what? Yogeshwar Krishna resembles wisdom. Arjun resembles the Purushartha. That is all our efforts. Wherever these two are combined, when this combination is there, for those people, the life will become what? It will become beautiful. Like the life of Shivaji Maharaj, always successful, always victorious. And their fame will be what? It will be everlasting. Everlasting fame will come to those people. That is why we also have to keep all our faith, our devotion in Sri Krishna. Hand over our control to this Parampita Paramatma and try to focus on our all our efforts. It is not possible to understand any scripture or any grantha without the wish of Sri Krishna. We are here because of the will of Sri Krishna. Nothing is possible without the Guru Kripa, as we discussed. With the help of this entire blessings of Swamiji and Sri Krishna, we should be feeling blessed that we were chosen to explore this divine knowledge. Let us fill our hearts with gratitude, devotion for both of them, and offer this entire discussion at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. May our spiritual journey, see, this is the 18th chapter. The Bhagavad Gita's conversation is ending over here, but our journey on spirituality begins over here. This is a step of introspection which we should all follow. Try to understand, introspect where all we can go ahead and inculcate these values within us. With that thought, with that wish for ourselves, let us all pray to Sri Krishna and offer this entire discourse at the lotus feet of Swamiji. Hari Om. Om Tatsarati Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītāsu Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyāyāṁ Yoga Shāstre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Moksha Sannyasa Yogo Nama Ashtadashodhyāyah. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Om Shri Gurave Namah. Om Tat Sat. I am very sorry about the time today, but we had a lot of shlokas and such beautiful shlokas that I couldn't even, I didn't wish to go ahead and rush through the shlokas.
Please don't say sorry at all. It is definitely, as you pointed out, we are getting goosebumps because of that. The way that you explain and make us feel so close. And indeed, we are grateful to the Bhagavan and to our Parama Puja Guruji. And through them, we got you as our Guru and Vivechak. We are grateful to you, Didi. As always, it was enlightening. And all the comments in the section, chat box are echoing that feeling as well. Now, before we take up the question and answer, just a quick announcement. Spiritual sadhana and seva go hand in hand. If you would like to become a Gita Sevi and want to learn more about it, please do attend the Aao Gita Sevi Bane session in Hindi. That is at 8:30 p.m. tomorrow, Sunday, October 6th. And the same thing will happen in English the next weekend. And also, our association with Geeta Pariwar and participation in these Vivechan sessions have enriched our lives through a better understanding of the shlokas meanings. So do spread the word with your friends and families. And even though if they're not associated with Geeta Pariwar yet, so you can become a positive catalyst in their lives. Now it is time for question and answer. You know what to do. You can please turn on the camera if possible and raise your hand, and Didiji will be answering your question. Maya Rao Sharma Bhayaji.
Jai Shri Krishna, Pranam Maya Ram Bhaiya.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Pranam to you.
In this 61 and 62 slokas, Ishwar and Tamev Saranam, then 65, 66, Manmana Bhamadvakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru, Aham Tam Sarv Papebhyo. But this indicates Ishwar and Sri Krishna two different things.
I didn't get your question. Two different things means what, Bhaiya?
The 62, they are said carrying Tameva Saranam Gaccha. Tameva Saranam Gaccha. And 66, 65, Manmana Bhavamadvakto, then Aham Tvam Sarpapebhyo, Aham Tvam Sarp. Then there he is indicating Tameva Saranam, here Aham Tvam Sarpapebhyo.
Tameva Saranam. No, what do you mean? No, not true. Tameva Sharanam Gaccha means you take refuge in Sri Krishna. And Aham Tap means Sri Krishna, he's telling for Arjun. What Arjun has to do? He has to go to take a Sharanagati. He has to take refuge. And when he takes refuge, Sri Krishna says, Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayishyami. I will do what? I will free you from all the sins. So you take refuge. The act that is suggested for Arjun is you take refuge and I will free you from all the sins.
Okay, thank you, Didi. Thank you.
Shankar Bhayaji, please unmute and ask the question.
Didi, Jai Shri Krishna.
Yes,
This after going through this 18th chapter, and when this Lord Krishna has explained almost all the points in 574 sloka, that in the beginning, when the war started, Arjuna was no doubt a great warrior. He was a great fighter and very confident. He can even kill with his own hand single-handedly an enemy. But even then, by seeing his all relatives and everything, he got so much disturbed and perturbed. Rather, he was confused that how we should do the war. Then thereafter, Lord Krishna had to explain all those one by one chapters, like Bhakti Yog, Karma Yog, and Gyan Yog, all these things. And lastly, in the 18th chapter, he explained that you have to come and surrender to me. Sarva dharmang pratyajya mamekam shranang braja. And then thereafter, he asked me that have your confusion has been over now? Then he replied that nasta mohos priti labda. So my doubt is that, not doubt, I have gotten a question is that, is it that Arjuna was confused, or it was made in such a way that Arjuna had to ask all these questions so that this great knowledge was imparted to all the human beings, to us, and thus we have gained that knowledge.
It was now Sri Krishna has himself said Nimitta Matra Bhava Save Sachin. It is quite possible that Arjun had to be the Nimitta for imparting this great knowledge to us.
Yeah.
But at the same time, whatever mindset Arjun was in, that also, if you see, it is a very natural thing to happen. For instance, if a doctor is going for some surgery, now normally how doctors will treat patients, a patient will come, they will do the surgery. They will look at the patient as a case. What they say, ye naya case aaya hai. Now in this case, if the patient happens to be his close relative, his own child, what will be the attitude? Will he say, abhi ye naya case aaya hai? Now when I have to operate on my own child, the mind will become tense. Then that doctor comes down from that state of being a doctor, and then he's worried, because now it is not a case, now it is not just a patient, now it is my child. I'm worried whether now he's worried about the results, now he's worried about मेरे से कहीं पाप तो ना हो जाए, कहीं मुझसे गड़बड़ तो ना हो जाए. This fear happens. Same situation Arjuna. He's a great warrior, anybody else he can defeat, but now his own relatives, his own people are happening. So this is going to be that is the mindset that Arjun is in, and that is why this entire Bhagavad Gita is in place. Okay.
Thank you. Thank
you. Hirvaneji Bhayaji, Jai Shri Krishna. Yeah, please, you can unmute and ask the question. Bhayaji, आप unmute करके. हाँ.
Mataji, some sloka number 42, some and dam. How some and dam is controlling our what we can say, controlling us. Actually, this is not understood properly to me.
Which sloka are you referring to, Vayam?
Sloka number 42, some and dam.
Tamo damas tapas. We have done in the previous chapters. That is controlling our own sense organs. Like our mind is roaming here and there, or we should be able to control our mind, our thoughts. Okay.
Some means controlling our mind
See,
and other.
yeah, and Dhamma is suppressing all the temptations. They are they are similar also actually. But one is in the sense of controlling and another one is in sense of suppressing the temptations, suppressing the temptations that come.
So some is for controlling and dham is for suppressing.
Yes, yes.
Right.
Okay.
So how it is done actually? That is actually how it in what way it is done actually? How it is to be done then? How it is to be implemented
See,
in our life? In our life.
how it is to be implemented in your life. First, some temptation comes in front of you. We should be so fulfilled that we have to see that this is a very deep thing actually. We have seen this in the 42nd shloka. I can also refer to the this entire Vivechan session. See, the Shama is basically the capacity to free your mind from all distractions. So basically, what we should be trying to do is concentrate where it needs to be concentrated. If your mind is concentrating on one thing, then it will not run away. And controlling is what, again, it is very similar. You controlling in the sense, now once my focus is Shama, and then not let your not let your senses think about the other temptations, is controlling it in the sense, suppose free your mind and then not giving into the temptations. That is Dhamma. You have to, if some simple thing like you are now coming in the Vivechan session. At the same time, there might be something interesting going on the TV, but you have controlled the sense organs to come and follow the right path. So that is control your sense and investing it in the right direction. That is okay.
Right there. And secondly, there is what is the idea behind that? Whatever the person who are not believing on thoughts of the Krishna or those are atheists, then the discussion of this should not be told to them. What is the idea behind that actually?
Basically, the idea is, see, knowledge. This is a very basic principle in our scriptures. If somebody is hungry, give them food without them asking for food. If somebody is thirsty, give them water before they ask. If somebody needs medicine, give them medicine before they ask for it. But for knowledge, the rule is that give only when they ask for. This is a very basic principle in our scriptures. Based on that principle only, Sri Krishna says that, give it to people who ask for it, who deserve it. Okay. So if somebody is already full, usko jiska पेट भरा हुआ है, has eaten lot of stuff, you give them more food, he is not going to be interested in the food because he is fulfilled, trupta. That way, ignorance also keeps you very content. Being ignorant, I am very happy in my own ignorance. They will not be willing to take any knowledge. To get any knowledge, a person should be empty from within. Only an empty person will be able to fill themselves with knowledge, isn't it? So a person who is atapasvi, ashushrushrave, and all other characteristics that are mentioned, if a person is like that, then what will happen? They will not be able to get all this knowledge, absorb all this knowledge. Okay, they are not empty vessels to fill the knowledge of what.
No, but what we think that if these people are ignorant, then by enlightening these things, they may come on the way, on the right way, right path. It is not like that actually also.
Yeah, but see, that's what it will. That's what Naneshwar Mauli says. You make an attempt. However, it is not necessary that they will listen. You have to have a balance. You have to wait for that person to become hungry. Then only you can feed them. Otherwise, you cannot feed them, isn't it?
Right. Thank you.
You have to wait for the right time for them to.
Right. Take it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Thank you all for the patience.
Any other questions? If you have any questions, please do raise your hand.
If there are any further questions.
Okay, let us move towards concluding the session. Just a quick minute to thank our techno star of the day, Jahnavi Ji Didi, for coordinating the session so nicely. And she acknowledges each and every message that we receive from our sadhakas. So sweet of you, Didi. We are grateful to you. And our entire technical team, all the Geeta trainers, mentors, sevis, and devotees who attended the session. Didi Ji, there is a hand raised from Neena Murthy Ji, Didi. Do you have time, Didi? Or?
No, I have time, but I think there is another meeting scheduled on this.
Okay.
But if and her video is also off, Didi.
Okay.
It turns on the video. In the meantime, we can.
Okay, Neena Murthy Ji Didi, if you can turn on the video and ask the question. Yeah, please go ahead.
And make it very short because
Yes.
there is another meeting on the same.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Ji, Neena Didi, please.
Didi, please unmute yourself and ask the question. Yeah.
Jai Shri
Krishna, Didi. For
Yes.
many times, I've been listening to all your lectures. For last so many days, I couldn't come to ask you. I had no courage, rather, you say. I just want to know all these great people like Shivaji Maharaj, Shambhu Maharaj, or Jnaneshwar Maharaj, Ahilyabai. I'll give a big list, but then all these people, how much they have suffered in life, what is this thing? They are evolved much more than what we are, or what is it?
They see, for them, the suffering is not suffering. The later stage of following your own actions is such that the sadness, the dukkha, that also converts into pleasure. For them, this pain is not pain, Didi. For them, for Jnaneshwar Maharaj, he says it might appear painful to us because we are normal people, but for him, he said that they all people who are troubling me are also a part of me. So the perspective is only different. See, when a mother is being troubled by children, she doesn't feel troubled, right? That is the case with these great people. For Jnaneshwar Maharaj, the entire village was like his own child. He's Mauli for everybody. He became Mauli for everybody. So it is
Yes.
like that. So
That
that
means-
level of greatness has come to them, and that is
They have evolved much more than what we are normal, and they have evolved much more, very high level. That's right.
right. Yes, and this evolution doesn't come in one birth. Okay.
Yeah, they must have taken so many births, but whenever I read all that, I find it very touching. That's why I wanted to know what is it that they're going through. Thank you, Didi. Thank you so much.
Most welcome, Didi. And you can anyway always talk to me, no problem. Jai Shri Krishna, pranam everybody. Very nice.
So much. Thank you. Really appreciate Shraddha Ji Didi. Despite your schedule, you took the question. And let us all continue the Gita sadhana and attend these sessions to enrich our spiritual knowledge. And before we conclude today's session, let us thank Bhagwan Shri Krishna for guiding us all along in making this session fruitful. Now, I would like to request Usha Shri Reddy Ji Didi to say the prarthana. Usha Shri Ji Didi is a homemaker from Tunuku, West Godavari district, Andhra Pradesh, and her hobbies include singing. Associated with Geeta Pariwar since July 2023, Didi Ji is doing seva as a trainer. Jai Shri Krishna Didi, please.
Jai Shri Krishna Didi. Jai Shri Krishna.
Yes.
Jai Shri Krishna Didi.
Please recite the prayer for us, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity for me.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Didi. And Yogisham Sachidanandau Vasudevau Vrajapriyam Dharma Samstapakau Veeram Krishno Vande Jagadgurum Shri Krishno Vande Jagadgurum Om Shri Krishna.
Beautifully recited.
Thank you so much, Didi. So beautifully recited. Yes. Now let us all recite Hanuman Chalisa, seek the blessings of Lord Hanumanji.
Shri गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारि बरनौ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा गानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र औ ध्वजा गजे कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजय शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबेको आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबेको रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जिया श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोज सगावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जाना सहस जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर बल जानु प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होतन आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपै तीनों लोक हाकते कापै भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै महावीर जब नाम सुनावै नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै चारों जुग प्रताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के मन रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नो निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा जो सुमिरई हनुमत बल बीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र के पवन सुत हनुमान की जय।
जय श्री राम, जय हनुमान, जय श्री कृष्ण। सर्वं श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु। सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ओम तत्सत्।
Thank you, Manjula Didi, for your beautiful presence.